Back to the mold, and I'm actually going to use the screen used flashback mask. I discovered something. I looked at that flashback mask, and the way he sculpted it, Nelson, he sculpted it just like the original Captain Kirk uh, mask. I have some shots of the actual mask. And I think Gene Roddenberry was actually behind it. So I think you guys have seen that shot before. There's no doubt you have. But I'm really focusing on trying to replicate those lips on my sculpture. And I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Very close. So that is what I'm aiming for. And this is the new sculpture. So I think we're getting very close. Um, yeah, I have these lights now. I have both lights. Thank God. I had to get a power supply for this one light. I have a new set of lights that I've been going to use, but you know what? I got the power supply, and I figured, okay, let me use both of these lights until they burn out. So, but these are good too. So I don't. And it looks a little washed out because you can't really see the features real well. But I'm getting close, very close. The mouth and lips are going to be back to what the Captain Kirk mask was. So, with that being said, I'm going to put this on the stand and get back to sculpting and hang out with me, guys. All right. Let me try and get the generalized shape of this, and then I'm going to put you guys on the big screen over here on my monitor on my Apple. I'll uh, I'll be able to see your comments and stuff as I'm working. But I want to get a little bit closer to exactly where I need to be with the sculpture here before I do that. All right. So with that being said, guys, let me get back to working here, and then I'll jump on to see those comments in no time at all. And I'm hoping Crusher jumps on here at some point today because I think his mask arrives today. He will have that mask in his possession sometime today. And he's in Puerto Rico, so we sent that mask out to him, and I'm hoping that he does an unboxing of the mask and videotapes it or whatever you want to. Okay, I'm old school. I'm an old guy, so okay, he records it and does his unboxing, and then I'll share that on my channel. Uh, and hopefully he gets that to me because I really want to. Crusher, is that you? If not, no problem. I'm waiting to see if you got your mask yet. I want to see if you got your mask, and believe me, do the unboxing. Don't don't look at it until you've seen until you have to record it. Please record that unboxing. All right. Nope, it's me. All right, Rod Lane. I figured out the dilemma with my mouth. Finally, uh, I'm sculpting my lips to look identical to the flashback. This is the flashback mask that they used in 20, or the Halloween Kills. I'm sorry, I was going to say 2018 Halloween Kills, and the reason why I want to, because eventually I am going to make a flashback mask. So I'm going to actually make sure that these lips, and as you can see, well, they're narrowed out right now, but I'm getting close. I'm getting close to what they were. Not an easy thing to do, and I figured out what my issue was. And it was because my lips, well, I had everything carved back too far, and they were real wide, and they weren't. I mean, it's not a matter of the distance between the width here; it's how much is sticking out, how much upper lip was sticking out on the face. I needed that to stick out a little bit further. So, and that's why I just I just couldn't get the right. I couldn't get the right profile. So I kept working and working and working until I got the profile right. And it's getting very close. I'm not going to read comments. I'm holding the phone right now. I'm going to put the phone on the stand, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this to where I'm comfortable. It's almost there now. I'm almost there. And then once I have it where I want it to be, then I will put you guys on my monitor over here, my Apple, and be able to read your comments as I'm sculpting away, because I'm going to keep right on working on this thing until I finish it today. So I should have went to the head before I jumped on here, but I might have to go anyway. So yeah, I've even actually changed the nose, the profile. See, now it's what I'm working on now is I'm kind of honing this back just a little bit because it's a little too pointed out this way. I need to bring it back just a little bit. And I just keep working at it and just you just keep playing. You just got to keep honing it in it so you get it exactly where it needs to be. And let me see if I can't figure out a way to put this phone on here. And zoom in. I need to zoom in on this. And since I'm only working on the mouth, I'm gonna focus on the mouth. All right. So I'm waiting for more people to jump on. Yeah, this is going to come together really nice. I think I really got it close. Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. These yeah, I mean, what I do to spot my mistakes is I have to literally step back. I'm working on it. You're a foot away from your sculpture as you're working on it. And what I like to do is I like to just stand back. I stand back sometimes. I can take pictures. I got a ton of pictures. But I always stand back and really take a good look at how the sculpture is going. Um, and I'm looking back and forth between the monitor of what I'm trying to do versus what I've done. Rod, I'll be right back, and whoever else is on, just hang on tight, guys. I just have to use the restroom real quick. Then we're going to get into finishing up these lips to match the flashback mask. And I'll tell you an interesting story about the flashback mask that let's just get into that as soon as I get back. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Don't move. Going to be cool today. Okay, I'm back, guys. Uh, yeah, no, I got that camera set up just right, so I don't want to change the angle. I don't want to change anything, to tell you the truth. But I want to show you what I'll be doing. I bought some gels for my lights too. All right, let me try and get this honed in exactly where I want it. Come on, chair. Chair's fighting me. Feel like I'm on a mountain. Okay, so I'm going to bring this. All right, we're straightening that out a little bit. What do I want to do? Now, I don't like using my naphtha until I'm just about right where I want to be. You know what? No, hold on. What am I thinking? I have to cut this back some. And all I'm doing is bringing this lip back just a little bit, not a ton. Um, okay. Now I'll re-widen these gaps once I get it where it needs to be. I'm sorry, I'm blocking your view, but I have no other way to do this because of the angle, and I'm right-handed. So all I'm doing is I'm pulling, I was scraping this just like this with the tool. I was just doing this, just so you know what I was doing. I'm pulling back on this lip just a little bit, this out. I'm pulling it back. And I'm not pulling from here, I'm pulling more from up in this area on both sides. Yeah, now it's starting to come in. Starting to come in. It's just a little too narrow. What I used for reference, believe it or not, is the 2018 uh, for profile only. The 2018, come on, 2018 Trick or Treat Studios Tots mask. I just used it for profile to hone in on the profile. Yeah, blah, blah. Speak, Johnny, speak. And I'm sure Crusher, you're on by now. You usually jump right on every time I'm on, so hopefully you're there. You should be getting your mask today. Wonder if you even got it yet. You know, just kind of curious. If you got it, I hope you did an unboxing for me. Please do an unboxing. We're going to put it on the channel so people can see it. Don't be bashful. Don't be shy. I also put a little clay on the bottom of the nose to round out this nose a little bit. It just looked a little too stuck up, so to speak. The nose looked a little too stuck up for my liking. Um, I'm smoothing out the chin area. I'm just trying to get the lumps out of this. See, when I see something, I usually tackle it right away. And the reason why I do that is because it's easy to forget. It's easy to forget. Oh, I forgot to do that, and all of a sudden you're sitting on the mold, and you forgot to go back and fix something, and then it's too late because it's molded into the sculpture, and that's not good. So let me do this. I don't just for some reason this is just really fighting me. Now you can see what I'm doing. I'm cutting it back, but I'm taking out the pointiness in here, not doing anything in this area because this is right. This is all in the right shape. I just need to bring this back just a little bit, which I'll end up bringing this back just a little bit as this goes back down. I only need to take a little. I don't have to go crazy on this because I put a lot on here to bring it out because the face just didn't look right. I was like, what is wrong with this thing? It's driving me crazy, you know. And it's like Pipe Master said. I was talking to him a little earlier. Um, this is why, Christopher Nelson. These guys are pros, man. They're real good at this. I'm good at what I'm doing, but I'm no master, and I'm just learning. I'm just now learning how to do this stuff. So, it's almost like the only way you're going to learn is making the mistakes. So, with that being said, I'm making lots of mistakes as I do this. Now this looks really narrow now. I've taken quite a bit of the lip up, but I am going to go back up with that lip just a little bit. But once I get the shape where it needs to be, once I hone this in where I want it, we're getting close. Now I'm going to have to dig out that center again, right in here, which is okay, because I have the generalized shape of the whole thing. So that's what I'm doing now is making sure that I have the shape, the correct shape and distance. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, now let's fix the very center of this bad boy and bring it back to where it needs to be. What I'm going to do here real quick is I'm going to pinch this because I pulled away. I'm pinching that right into the center, and now I'm going to widen this area here. The light's so bright, and I can't imagine what it looks like on the screen for you guys. But one of my biggest problems when I was doing this sculpture was the lighting. I only had one light. Oh, that's nice. I just hit it. I only had one of these lights working. I couldn't find the. Okay, as you can see, you know what I got to do now. Okay, we're going to bring this to a point. Actually, how do I want to do that? I know what I want to do. I'm going to take my flat blade. Actually, I'm going to use my spoon. I'm going to shape the inside of this area first. Interesting. I hear music. This is a spoon tool. You see, it looks just like a spoon, but it's really good for shaping, especially with hard clay, because usually your fingers, if the clay's not warmed up, the clay will fight you. Um, Quite a bit. Okay, so what I have to do there is I created, pushing that up, I just create a little bit of. I know when my right elbow is up, it's probably blocking your view. I'm trying to keep my elbow down when I'm working here. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is generalize shaping and rounding the lip more instead of having that deep cut like I had on the other version of that sculpture. this is so much better. Looks so much better. Doing that extra. Still like using my hands. I really do, man. I like that feel. I like to feel what I'm doing. It still looks awful narrow, but it's correct. Believe it or not, the distance is right. All right, let me take a look here. Now, since I have that there, I need a real small loop right in here. Obviously, I got some dirt in my clay here. All right, how do I want to do this? How do I want to approach this? I know how I want to approach it. I'm going to use my spoon. Maybe. Now that I've got that well dug out just a little bit, I want to push these over just a little bit on the base. All I'm doing is I'm pushing this on the bottom, right where it meets the lip, over just a little bit. I'm forcing it over. The clay is somewhat warm and manageable. So, but not up on top here. I want that narrow. And now I'm reshaping this area here. Just with my hands. Sometimes your hands are the best. Depending on how you sculpt. Let me see if I can throw some shadow down. See, guys? We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. I figured there's something right there. A little piece of debris or something. Where's my needle? Here's my needle. Didn't think I got it. I'm just trying to feel, see if it's there. Oh, okay, I did get it. I got it. Yeah, I'll put the, I'm still looking at the screen here. No, I don't think I need that now. I think I actually can get away with that this part here has to drop down. Just it's close to where it needs to be. It's just it looks too. It's not. Maybe try with this loop here. Just making sure there's no lines. I need a really small loop now. Where's my real tiny loop? Always, it's funny. You can find a ton of those big tools, but the little tools, man, that's where the details really come into play. You really need those bigger tools or smaller tools for a real fine detail. Now, because it's a loop, if I keep the loop real, almost nice and even with the sculpture, it won't really dig in real good. So I'm just kind of using it. I'm using the loop where I should be using a flat tool, and I'm not. Don't really need to, as long as I hold the angle right. Yeah, it's really coming together, man. This is really nice. The sculpture is really gonna. These repositionings of the eyebrows and the lips, home run. Right, I'm just, what it is, I can't see the. Yeah, they're a little too narrow yet. Okay. We're getting there though. We are getting on it. We're sneaking up on it. You get so close, you don't want to have to go and take away a lot of stuff that you're doing. I'm just scooping out a little bit of. I want some indentations right in here for the lip. This is too hard to try and do. You know what? I'll use the smaller loop. I got an idea. And I'll just dig. I'm going to make sure I got the cutting edge here. That's better. You got to be a little bit extra careful doing it this way, though, because you got to be a little extra careful doing it this way because you can really dig out way too much. Right, so we're going to go this way. All right, I'm gonna put your comments up now that I'm into the generalized shaping of this. You know, and I can just add the points just a little bit higher. I don't think it's necessary, but. All right, time to see some comments. Let me go over here and change my picture. I can always look back at the picture a little later on. I'll just shrink this. Yeah. YouTube. Go to my channel. Hello, everybody. Holy mackerel. Do I have some people here? Okay, hold on. We don't want to loop. There we go. I shut the sound off. Man, I got some answering to do here, obviously. Hold on, let me make sure. Rod Lane, nope, it's me. Cool. Rod Lane's on, sweet. Rod Lane, take pictures of. Okay, I read that already. Helps me to spot mistakes and stuff. Yes, sir. London Moore, hey, what's up? Finally made it. Push the lip up some a bit. Feel liking the upper, liking the loop upper lip needs brought down some. These damn typos. Yeah, you ain't kidding. I couldn't figure out what you said there, London. Yeah, no, I'm believe me, I'm still sculpting here. I'm nowhere near done this. You know, this is going to be a tone down the side of the lower lip. Oh yeah, no, I know. That's going to be cut back. I still have to. I had to make sure that I had the profile fairly close. Okay, let's get back to work. Give me a second here. I had to move my camera. That'll do it. Okay. Let's get the chair back where it needs to be. one foot at a time. Yeah, I had to do the upper lip first to get that in the right position before I can start working on the lower lip. Pipe Master, starting to look good. Yes, it is. Starting to look good. I have to cut back on this bottom lip just a little bit now because I've lowered this. I've cut this back. Now I got to bring this back just a little bit right in here. And we're getting there, buddy. We're getting there, friends. It's a definite work in progress here. Okay. This sculpture is very difficult to do. Very, 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 very difficult to do. Anybody that says any different, they're lying. They're lying. Okay. I'm just going to bring this right back. The old-fashioned way. And what I want to do is I want to keep my shape the way it is, but I want to just bring it, reduce it back, just like I did with this up in here. A little lumpy. That's from moving that clay around a lot. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring this back. One side. I just got to do it this way. Now I'll have to fix underneath of here again because I've had to reduce everything. Once I figured out, Pipe Master will tell you, I was going crazy with this yesterday. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. And I told him exactly what I figured out. And I told him what I thought somebody else's mask had the same problem that's been doing it for many years. So I don't feel bad because at least an expert is kind of making the same mistake I was making with this mouth. And well, he didn't correct his, and I corrected mine. I'm not going to leave mine. I'm a perfectionist, and I'm sure that this person is too, but it's easily overlooked. That's the thing. That the thing that was wrong with this is easily overlooked. And you know, I love constructive criticism because sometimes somebody else's set of eyes can see something that I'm not seeing. And it's a little tough when you guys are looking at you're looking at it on a camera. You're not seeing exactly what I'm seeing here. I mean, it looks like well, not really. You're not really seeing exactly what I'm seeing here. Just trying to make this smooth. I don't want to have to. I have to shift that now because I cut away some of this edge right here. So what I do is I go in and I push it and hold the sculpture down a little bit. And I push this back over and I put that mouth up. Alright, now just cut some of this edge off of this. And this way we don't lose the integrity of the shape. I don't work like right here and then right. I work everywhere. I don't. I go from like if I see okay, this has got to be cut back. I cut that back. Then I'm trying to fix the littlest tiniest details because I know I'm using a big loop here, but there's a reason why I'm doing that because right in here, right where this is rounded, I don't want it to be too spiked. So I'm using something here that will take this back uh, and give it a nice round shape. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Now I just got to fix this area here where it's lumpy. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do with that. I need one of those kind of tools, just a little. What am I doing right here? Definitely very important to keep this stuff from getting in here. Because if I'd have pushed on that, that would have been stuck into the face. Now it looks shiny and it looks all blech right now. When I smooth this out, as I'm smoothing this out, and then what I do to it is I put that naphthalene in there and it'll take that shine right out and put a nice little texture on it. Now the other thing I want to do is I want to go a little deeper into the crevice here. Um, and I'll show you what I'm going to use to do that. Where'd you go? Okay, now I have a more narrow one. There we go. See, I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. You see these loops? Yeah, it's picking it up nicely. I got one that's a little narrower than the other. And what I like to do is I start out with this one to go my deepest. It's the narrow one, the longer one. I go as deep as I want to go. All right. Right on the line. Now these were my bubbles, but I'm going to have to change. I'm going to have to fix them now. Okay. And the reason why I'm actually going back that deep with this. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, this is it. Why is that the same? They're identical. Where's the one loop that I just had in my hand? Oh, there it is. I put it down. All right, now we want to go in with this one, and along the bottom, I just want to blend that in and then on the top as well. But I'm doing the bottom first. I'm doing the bottom first. And now the top can be tricky, so you don't want to just try and run a straight line. I like to kind of. All right, now a loop. You need a hooper. A looper. Now that's important to have it fairly deep because once the paint's in there and it's kind of dark, it'll give you the right look. You don't want it to. You don't want it to be too light, and if it's too shallow, it won't grab that paint real well. My stomach's a growling. Must be hungry. There's somebody doing some banging out there. Ah. Okay. Just trying to get those imperfections out of there before I start putting some. I never put naphtha on it right away. I really try to get it as close as where I want it before I put the naphtha on there. This tip of this lip has to come up just a little bit. How do I want to do that? There we go. A little better. Keep putting my tools down and messing myself up here. Huh. White background so I can see where the hell that. That's weird. Saw a piece of hair. Where'd it go? Is it still in here? See, it's lumpy right here, but yet I cut away too much there. So what I got to do? Hate like hell to do this. I hate adding clay. When you add clay, sometimes you can really mess yourself up. But That's okay. I think we're going to be all right here. Yep, we're going to be fine because all I have to do is take away from the bottom and reshape this. Sometimes these looping tools, they'll grab a hold of that clay a little too good sometimes and really take away way too much on you. So you got to be careful. All right, so I'm almost to the point where I want to do the naphtha. Let's take a look at what you guys are talking about here. We're gonna be doing an experiment with flesh plastiline clay. Uh, Shatner, life cast. Yeah, plastiline. I'm. There was some plastiline I got that was like I think there was a French company. Man, that stuff was harder than even the monster clay. Hard, really hard, but it sculpted so nicely. I was able to really sculpt, really nice. Takeoff vision, yay! What's happening? We're nowhere near done there. Talk off vision. I am working this in slowly but surely. You're saying the top of the lips need to be longer in height. Oh yeah, yeah, I know. I'm going with the actual flashback mask. That's what I'm going for. I'm doing the flashback lips because I discovered something. I got a shot of an actual William Shatner and Spock, and I'm sure you guys have seen this picture before. Uh, it's a William Shatner and a Spock mask with Gene Roddenberry holding, or he's kind of posing with the masks. And what's so cool about that is I realized looking at those lips, they look exactly. I swear to God, the lips that were on that original mask look exactly like the what do you call it? Come on, the flashback mask. Oh, I'm just brain dead today. Yeah, the flashback mask looks identical to the lips that are on the original Captain Kirk 75 mask. Because when I put the shots side by side, I'm telling you, they were so close in the way they looked. I thought, oh my God, that's really cool. So I want to replicate that on this sculpture, and it'll be close. It'll be closer to the. Now I'm not trying like Nick Mulpagano's 13 mask. I know some of you guys will love that mask, but I find that those lips are just way too big for my liking. I don't like that version of and it's not his version. I've seen even in the actual screen used mask. It I don't know. It just looks like it's altered. It's really weird. You got to remember, the Shatner mask was in production for like 3 years. When they did that movie, the Shatner mask was there's a lump right there. I can see it on camera. Wow. Okay. Can't do that with glasses. Yeah. See, when I was cutting back on the, give it a feel. A little bit there. See, I piled on. I figured out what the problem was. There wasn't enough lip coming in this way, sticking out. It wasn't sticking out far enough, and that's what my issue was yesterday. Trying to figure out what in the hell was wrong with this sculpture, and I figured it out. Once I figured it out, because I kept going back to the profile look. I would look at the profile, and I would find that the profile was way off. So at first I thought, okay, do I cut more back? No, because the cheek line right in here, there wasn't enough distance from the tip of the lip to that point right there. So that told me instantly right then and there. I said, oh, I got to bulge this area out more, right in here. This area right here had to come out more. Had to come out more, and that was the secret. That was the trick. That was the thing that ended my problem. So this is going to be more of a flashback mask look on the lips, and in reality that looks almost identical. I mean, when I looked at that picture, I want to show it to you guys when I get off of here, when we stop. Not when I get off of here, but when I at the end of the sculpting here, I'm going to show you that picture of what I'm talking about, and then I'll put the flashback picture up and show you exactly what I'm talking about. And going to blow your mind just like it did mine. But I'll tell you what, that Chris Nelson, man, when he sculpted that mask, he knew what he was doing. That flashback mask is the bomb. And it is, there's certain spots on that mask that absolutely are identical to the original Shatner. It really is. There's certain things that he did to that. It really brought him. It was a Michael Myers mask. It wasn't a Shatner mask. But when he really, I can almost, by doing this, I can almost tell which pictures he used to replicate the mask. I'm almost sure of it. I might just take them out of there and then redo them. Okay, so what I got here, nope, the small one, there we go. Yeah, I am. I'm going to just replace those. I had a couple of nice air bubble, the bubble effect on that corner mouth, but I'm going to replace them. I'll do it again. I just want to get this mouth right. I want to get the whole mouth right before I do the littlest detail. Littlest details will come later. Cleaning up some of this clay off my bench, putting it back into my ball. Oh man, been working my butt on trying to get this mouth right. And the other thing is, I intend to make a flashback mask at some point. So why not put the mouth the way it should be for that flashback? This will also be the 2018, and the kills. This general shape of my sculpture will be used in all my masks. All my Michael Myers masks will basically are going to be from this uh, master copy. Um, so I'm not resculpting the whole head on every mask. No way. I'll change details. I'll put cracks in it, to replicate the 18 or the 40 H40. I'll put the cracks in here. I'll put the cracks down into this here. I'm going to put a little bit of a bulge clay right in here, um, but the eye cuts aren't going to change. Nothing's going to change except for the fine detail. That's my plan, and always has been my plan. But I wanted to really get this as accurate as possible. And I'm going to remold this. I'm going to remold this when I'm done because I like the way I changed the eyebrows. Now they're accurate to what the original mask was. And wow, it, there's a big difference if you see my 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 new mask that I got on eBay compared to here. Um, this is definitely just a fine-tuned better, just a little better. But it's still generally the same mask. It really is. Some people will be like, "Oh, you're doing, you're overkill with the little details." Look, you know what? 2 years to get it to where it's at. By the time I got done retooling, and yeah, I don't mind spending a little bit of extra time uh, making another mold from this. It's not going to really take that long. It's going to take a day to mold this, and then take it apart. Okay, let me see. Not that one. That one will work. I think I'm going to try and fix the underneath part now. As I cut that back, I cut it back far enough. Let me look on a profile. Not quite. Yeah, this is looking really good. What do you think, guys? You're seeing a dead-on shot now. All right. Uh, this side's a little too high. Nice lips. That's what she said. Yeah, well, I kind of have to, you know, you have to know which direction I'm going in order to really figure out exactly how what I'm doing, what my goal is. Um, Thank you, Rod. I'm aiming to please. I'm aiming to. Now, I still got some work to do right in here and bring it in. Um, I got to bring a little bit more shadowing underneath it here, which I can do that right now while I'm kind of bull crapping. Is that loop going to be too big? Need a smaller loop. Now, I use my finger to really try to smooth it a little bit more. Give it that natural look. What I really should do is hit you with the heat gun. That's what I'm saying, thinking out loud. I should probably hit this with the heat gun a little bit and then really smooth it in with my fingers really nice. But I don't feel like doing that. I'll just rub my fingers until I'm pleased. Once you have the shape, the general shape of this thing, and getting out those little tiny wrinkles are not that hard to do. Like I got a little bit of a area here that has to be um, smoothed out just a little bit better. Yeah. See, I'm just pulling that clay down. You warm it up by rubbing it, and then you can kind of really shape it nicely with your fingers. All right, let's work to the other side because I think I'm close to finished on this side. All right. Now there's points where your fingers won't get in there, especially my big fingers. But there's an area right in here that I can't really get without tools. Get the right size tool. One thing Nick Mopagano is very correct about is you're working with crumbs of clay. Just that little bit of work. Look at a little bit of clay that I removed out of there, but boy did that change the way that looked. Um, it's a little too harsh here too, still. Now I did it. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, this is really going to be nice. This is really going to be nice, I think. All right, now I'll turn it back the other way so I can work on this side. There's an area in here that looks a little bit too. Get it right. Now there's a little spot like right here. It's not smooth. Way. It's missing some. Tool work that I didn't quite do. Okay, there's one other area. We used a tiny hoop for this. Right now I go back with my finger and I push and I pry and I smooth. Have any of you guys ever attempted to, especially you, um, Pipe Master, you have such a good eye with calling out certain things. And I can't believe you haven't attempted to do, sculpt yourself. Or maybe you have. I don't know if you do or you don't. Pipe Master, let me know. I want to know if you're a sculptor because I think you could be one with the eye that you have. You pointed out some really cool things to me. And you should probably try and sculpt, man. You really should. If you have that kind of eye, man, you should really, you should, uh, you should try and do a sculpture yourself. blocking your view. I know, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to do it this way. Took a little too much right out of there. Okay, the next thing I got to do, you need a square. There's the little one. Okay. I'm making room for the bubble. Don't sweat it, guys. I didn't dig in too far to leave it that way. And the other thing too is I want to make sure that this area here is rounded more. And the thing is with this light, I'm having a hard time seeing that angle. Yeah, I need to push this. So what I'm trying to follow is this little thing here, and I can't really see it too well with this light. But there's a little bit of a divot there. There it is. I can see it now. See it? I got to make sure that this angle is following that angle, or else it won't look right. It'll drive you crazy. Air bubble goes in there. That's right. That looks good. This side looks good. A little bit of a just trying to get it almost perfect. Almost, when I say almost. That looks pretty darn good, I must say, but I want to fix this little area here. I need my little bigger loop. There we go. Now I'm really working with small crumbs of clay here to get this right. Naphtha is the last thing I do. Sometimes if I'm not if I wasn't filming, I would use naphtha, let it soak in, you know, and anytime I use naphtha, you got to make sure that this hardens back up because it softens the outer layer of clay. And if it's not hard, when you go back to try and put a piece of clay on it, or it's not going to stick very well. And there's a lot to it that I was pushing it yesterday, before yesterday, or whatever. I don't know what, and I was on camera for way too long. I never uploaded that video, and the reason why is because it was almost 6 hours long. I'm like, I'm not putting a 6 hour video up there. There's no way. I didn't accomplish enough to even make it worth it. That was strictly a live event only. And my phone died. And when my phone died, it wouldn't give me the option to save it anyway. So I guess I had no choice. Pipe Master never tried it. Well, I've got news for you, man. You got a good eye, so do yourself a favor. I mean, are you an artist? Can you draw, Pipe Master? Um, I mean, if you can draw, you can sculpt. I would love it if you guys actually started doing stuff like that. You know, you watch what I'm doing all the time. The one thing, I mean, I already had a goal to actually do this, though. I really did. I didn't. I need this smaller one. This is. Oh, that's a shadow. I'm trying to cut away a shadow. Guess I ain't gonna be able to cut away a shadow. All right, so let's do this. Let's. Let me feel this. I'm really getting close. And why I say that is I'll show you. Looks lumpy and clumpy right now because I have the what do you call it? Still be there. The hair in there. My little needle again. Got it. Piece of junk. Got it. Put that back up there. I'm digging in just to the center, just a little bit more, and leaving the bulge out here. Time for naphtha, guys. I want to see how this looks. I want to see how this looks. Okay. Get my naphtha brush. Found one that doesn't drop a whole bunch of hair follicles. Hairbrush. We're going to wet this good to really get that shine out of there. Let's see. It's all in the smoothing, it really is, man. Where do you see the difference in how this looks once it's smoothed out a bit? Um, changes the whole look. And it also shows me where I need to keep working, if I need to. There was an area on the top of the nose that I had to fix. All right. See, look at all the clay that comes off onto the brush. See all that clogged up in there? Let me get a little closer to the camera. Yeah, it gets there's a lot of clay in that. Now what I'll do, since I already have it somewhat soft, I don't want to keep putting on the naphtha. So what I'll do is I wash the brush out real good, and I'll wipe that brush off onto a towel so it's somewhat dry, and then just kind of really smooth it out. And we'll give you a straight up look of the new lips, because I think I don't have very much to do other than put the little bubble in there, the two bubbles. You tell me. Especially Pipe Master. What do you think, Pipe Master? Are we close to... Alright, let's turn it towards you. Now mind you, I don't have the bubbles in there yet. Piece of hair, of course. Damage the damn sculpture if I try to take it out with. Wow, I really embedded that. For long hair. All right, I have to put a little naphtha on there so it's not grabbing the clay and creating little balls. Now what we'll do is we'll just wet it. Yeah, I see some spots over here I gotta work on. But the lips I like. You know, there's always gonna be little spots that you have to work on. There you go. Now, I'm going to adjust these lights so we can see this a little bit better. I'm going to raise these lights. And more of a drop down effect on it. Whoa. Hold on. Nice. That's as high as that's got to go. Give me a second. Oop, wrong one. Just jacking the lights way up. Now I got to turn them in so they're facing the way they're supposed to face. All right. We are almost there. I can still see a little bit. I'll show you what my problem is. Can't draw to save your life. Well, maybe you're a sculptor. You know what? As passionate as you are with Michael Myers and the collector that you are, you should have a go at it. Don't sell yourself short. All right, this is the area that's driving me a little batty. All right. And since we are together on here, I need the right loop. I need that right looper. Here it is. All right, you see this high spot right in here? All I'm doing is cutting back farther so you can't, so I can hide it. There you go. Starting to look like something now, isn't it, huh? See, isn't that funny? All you have to do is put the right. You just change the lighting a little bit, and man, all of a sudden it's a different it's a different look, and you can find your mistakes. It's that quick and that simple. Well, maybe not simple, but it can be that difficult, more than simple, of actually. Um, yeah, I can see all kinds of little lumps right here. Yeah, I can see all these little imperfections now that the light's up high. And also, I see some work that has to be done on the nose here. Just smoothing out. Doesn't really need a lot of work. All the knife marks. That's basically what I'm seeing. And actually, what I'm seeing here is where I was pushing that clay down, and what didn't blend in all the way left a little bit of a mark. You know, and I mean, I'm barely pushing on this. I'm barely pushing on this tool. I'm just literally lightly going over top of this, and it's pulling it off just the way I want it. Now you're still going to have little scrape marks, but the naphtha uh, brushes that out. I can't do naphtha again for at least a half hour. Then I can put naphtha in there. I got to feel it, make sure that the clay is hard enough to ready for resoftening, and then blend out where I fix the. And you can actually see the little divot right here that we couldn't see in that light. Um, and I'm barely putting any pressure on this, and I'm doing it in areas where I can. I always go circular. I don't just go straight up and down. I always kind of like use a circle motion. See, I didn't clean the blade. That's a mistake. And it left a little piece there. It's just my way. I almost say it's the right way. I'm saying my way that I use my tools. I'm very, very meticulous and very slow. I don't rush. Never push too hard on your tools. I mean, if you're going to remove material, um, you know that there's special tools for that, and they're called rakes. All right, and that redistributes some of the clay. And here is what a rake looks like. You can see on the edge of that. Let me drop it down. All right, see the teeth? See that little separation? You see those little teeth that are on there? What that does is when you rake it for now I use these strictly for shaping, getting the general shape down. Once you get it close, then you rake it and you bring it into the whole shape. I haven't used those tools in about 2 years. The raking's been done for a long time. Um, so that was when I was putting the general shape in, like into the neck area and carving out all this. You know, all this had to be done. You know, I still got some work to do underneath this chin because I cut away some of this chin. Boy, I really like that profile now. That profile works. The nose is shaped right. Um, the lips. That could be a little higher. I think I can bring them up just a tad bit. You got to be a little bit higher, but not much. I don't want to take too much distance from here to here away. You know, I don't want that distance going there. That's the thing. If I go too high with the tips of these, you know, then some will say, well, lower the lip. Well, yeah, easier said than done. Um, it's a lot of work to do it. So. See, with the shadowing now, I can actually see where I have to fix those little tiny details. No. Need the small loop to do that. Make sure I got the cutting edge, because I can't stand it when you put the wrong edge on there, and what you'll end up happen. See, these loops, these tools here, one side's a cutting edge, and let me see if you can actually see it. One side's a cutting edge, is the side that's facing you right now. Hold on. Is it gonna I doubt I can get it to focus. Back up a little bit. The side that's looking at you is the cutting edge, and then the other side is a flat edge, and that's just designed to do move clay. You're moving the clay with that side, and then the other side is the cutting the clay. Now that I've explained that, where was I? What was I doing? Help me out, guys. What was I getting ready to do? Oh, that's right. There's a stone in there. Now that looks a little better. And because I'm scraping so lightly on this, yeah, you'll see the tool marks, but the naphtha will wash that away when I do another naphtha job. So you don't want to constantly dig too far in. Now when you get to the fine, when you're really close to finish, be mindful not to over tool your sculpture. I keep hitting like little clubs of stone or something in here. Okay. Let's take a looky. Take a looky. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit more of a looping tool to get into this and shape this bottom area better. And up in here. This side's correct. I don't want to mess it up. That looks good. Now this clay it's still soft. It's getting hard. I can smooth it out with my fingers a little bit. And then I'm going to add one extra detail to my lips. Give it a little bit of realism to it. One extra little detail. Are you ready for that detail, guys? Okay. I always start out like on the I gotta be able to rest my hand so I don't overstroke this. All right, now this is not quite high enough here. Okay, now that's there. Now what you have to do is you take your piece and you go right across this. Now you're thinking, what the hell did you just do to that? Now, when that hardens up enough to where I can put naphtha back on there again, it'll blend that in, so it won't even, you'll barely see those little marks. They'll barely be noticeable, but the detail will be there, and the stone will pick it up when I make the mold. The stone will pick it up when I make the mold, and it'll look really awesome. All right, I'm debating, guys. Do I want to raise that top of this point of this lip just a little bit further, or do I leave it where it's at? I need a vote. All of you guys, I need a vote. Hit 1 for raise it, and then hit 2 to keep it where it's at. 1 to raise it, and two to keep it where it's at. Why is that? Why am I not seeing? One to raise the tip of the lip, keep it where it's at. And 2 to keep it where it's at. So far, I got a 2 from takeoff. Keep it where it's at. Takeoff Vision's the only one that voted so far. Anybody else? London? Pipe Master? Rod? Do I need to, you know, one thing I do notice. I do notice one thing that is wrong. I do notice one thing that is wrong here. And I can't fix it with that. I gotta fix it with another tool. Nope. Where'd you go? There it is. One thing I do have to fix. Oh, man. No big deal. All right, now we got it. This side was thick enough, but this side wasn't. I needed to bring this up a little bit, and here it was too far. There we go. That looks a little better. Okay. Now, come on, you guys, nobody's giving me an answer here. 1 to raise the tip of the lip. This part right here, just bringing it up maybe a 1/16 of an inch higher, or leave it where it's at. So far, one to move it, two to leave it where it's at. You hit one to move it, or two to leave it where it's at. And so far, I got one vote for two, and that means leave it where it's at. Now, hurry up and wait for this to actually um, harden up again. And then renap the thing. And I think I like the way that looks even better. Oh yeah. The changes that I did make on this sculpture are very, very, very small, but it's a significant change in look. It really is. It really gives it a different look. And one thing I don't like. Okay. Yeah, that's a little smoother. Just really honing it in and really getting it to where it needs to be. I don't care if I accomplish nothing else today. I'm going to get these lips fixed. And then tomorrow I'm going to smooth out the whole thing, check for any details that I overlooked, and I know I have to do underneath the chin. That's something I already know. Ooh, there's a nice little divot right underneath there. I can feel that already. Might as well address that issue right now. There must be more comments, and the thing is, I'm scrolling down. I have to look. hold on, guys. I have to scroll down on this thing. I bet you there's comments and I can't see them. Go figure. Now this working underneath the chin is a pain in the neck. I'll probably take that outside onto my my sculpting wheel, my big one that I made, and put it up nice and high and then work up underneath of it instead of changing it. Because sometimes I'll lean this back, but it can also damage the back of the head, and I don't want to damage what I've done. All right, so let's do. That's hard, so I can redo this now. Let's do it. We'll do the chin area first. Yeah. Shoot, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to put the air bubble in there. I won't forget that. Next time. Hair. So you guys pretty much watch me do this chin. It's turned out so much better than the other one, the original sculpture. That's what we do. We see our little mistakes and we go, oh man, I could have done a little bit better. You can see this spot right here is driving me nuts. Yeah, I can still feel them details in there, but they're so subtle. All right, let me check this. Let me scroll down this thing and see what the heck's going on, because I haven't seen any comments at all since somebody put 2 up there, and I'm sure you guys are commenting. I don't know for sure though, so let's take a look. Oh my God, yeah. Oh, you know what happens? I think I understand what happens now. I get these notifications, and as soon as the notifications start popping on, no, there's no, okay, there's no more. All right. Nope. Cool. cool. All right, I'm going to turn this thing towards you guys, and then you tell me what you think of the new lips, especially Pipe Master. I hope you're still on with me. And then tonight I'm going to be back on. I have to promote the Custom Corpses Night Creeper 78 is on eBay right now. There's quite a few people watching it. I think there's like 8 people watching it right now. I think it was like close to 300 views so far. So we are getting quite a bit of traffic looking at it, which is good. Jesus. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's good. I don't know what's bad. Like, is that good to have that many? Is it bad? I don't know the exact amount on how much. Is that a lot of traffic? Is it a little traffic? Now, Pipe Master's busy, man. He's going on vacay. Way to go, Pipe Master. All right, so let's turn this bad boy so it's facing you. I'm gonna fix this in right here. I just need to wet the sculpture a little bit. Oh, I'm really liking this. Even the profile looks good. Even the profile looks good. A little lumpy in that area, that's for sure. And there's still a little bit of things that are going. And just think, you watched me do it. Nobody can say I'm not sculpting. Nobody can say I'm making copies of something else. They can see me actually working on the project. Oh yeah. Okay, guys, you must be just listening to me. You're either driving or you're working or but you have to take a look at this end result because we are really on the verge of being finished. The Night Creeper. Good, Rod. It works for you, right? Works for me too. I don't know how much more I can do to make this any better looking than what it is. You know, I don't claim to be an expert at this. I'm doing it to the best of my abilities and my abilities right now. If I were to do this mask another 10 times, I'm sure I could get it done a lot easier. I need more experience, that's for sure. I need more experience. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to back the camera up now so you can see like the whole face. All right. God, I gotta loosen this. There you go. All right, now stop touching it. There it is. There is the Custom Corpses Night Creeper 78 Retool. Retooled. What do you think? I'm thinking those lips are still too narrow. They look too narrow to me. Yeah, but those lips are looking too narrow to me. They look too narrow. I'll show you my old sculpture. You can see the lips there. They're definitely higher, a little larger. Okay, that solved my. I'm definitely going to change them lips. I did it. I'm fixing that. They're too narrow. All right, I'm fixing that right now. It don't look right being that narrow. Okay. It ain't just me. All right. So I have to add a little piece of clay in here to do this because I took away too much right at the top. If I go any higher with that, it's going to look you'll see. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes you gotta step back from the big picture and take a look at it. And if it don't look right when it's away from you, it definitely isn't right. Oh yeah, I'm concentrating, guys. Sorry. Comes the cops. Yeah, shoot. See, it's pushing too much into the lip. All right, so I need to put some. Now you see how narrow I made them. Now that problem's going to be solved right here. This clay's a little bit still too soft because of the naphtha. I'm not going to overdo it right yet. All right, so we got this bad boy. Yeah, that's starting to come together now. That looks a lot better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, take a look at this. It's not done yet, guys. It's yeah, I know. I have to separate them. Yep. These here get pushed apart further. You'll see. Here, let me do it. I'll do it right now. Now that's about right. Now I just have to smooth everything out again. Yep. You ain't kidding. Now, work better when I touch it, when I have my hands on it. Um, I think I would be really good if I used softer clay because I would be able to actually shape with my hands a lot better. I just think I'm better with hands than I am with the tools. Oh boy. Something bad happened somewhere. Not good. All right, so let's because I'm not going to be satisfied until I get this thing nailed today. Almost hit that tool on the nose, man. That would have been more work. Oh my God, yeah, that's night and day. That's night and day. I lost the distance between the nose and the lip here, but leaving it the way it was, no way. Didn't look right. This is where it needs to be. They're still narrow looking, but you know what? They actually look like that. They look a lot better now. They really do. They look a lot better. already tell. But shoot, no, it's close. But I'm gonna have to cut back on this again. But only on the front. Quick fix. Quick fix. But only on the front. So the clay's still soft. Much better. You don't have to take too much off of there. So, I think what I'm going to do to shape that a little better now is just take my little ball. A smaller ball. Now I gotta get into this area. I think I want to use a really small ball. A shaping ball. And whenever you make a change, especially in their depth and stuff, you really have to put more work back into the sculpt. I don't need the shaping ball no more. I just need to smooth it out. Square. Need the other one. There it is. I was like, where'd you go? I had it so nice too. But I'll bring it right back to where it was. See, the thing is, I didn't alter it too much. What's up, Crusher? Did you get your mask? Yeah, you didn't. All right, Crusher, you know what you have to do. Unfollow me. Don't, what do they call it? Unsubscribe and then resubscribe so you get the notification. Every once in a while, they'll jump, they'll do that. I don't know why, but they do. So anytime you're not getting notifications when I'm on, have you noticed that? Um, just unsubscribe and then resubscribe. And it happens to me too, so you're not the only one. But I want to know if you got your mask. It should be there today. That's what they said. Friday. I'm shaping and doing the lips the way I want them to be. Let me take a look at this dead one so I can see where I could have. Okay, this is the area that I got to fix right in here. And of course, that was the tool that fell, my looping tool. My loop tool. I'll use this one. Oh, Norton. Okay. Yeah, that's another thing too, Crusher. Hit unsubscribe, resubscribe, and then hit the notification bell and make sure you say all on there. All videos or all streams or everything I do, it'll come up. Crusher, I want to know, did you get the mask? And I hope you did a video of the unboxing of it. I want to know how much you love that mask. When you see that, I want to see your face. Damn, I would wish I could be there to see your face when you open that box. I don't want to take too much away from there. Well, I really softened up that clay a little too much for my own liking. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. My other looping tool. Come on, Glacis, stay on. by making that little subtle change, man. I had to. Crusher, did you get your mask? Did you get your mask, man? Supposed to be there today. Share the video with me on make it a quick video, not too long, and share it on Messenger, or we'll have you email it. Or what other ways can he send that video to me, guys? Sometimes the emails are, they don't like them, they're too long, or get Crusher to put a YouTube channel on and put it on there. That'd be cool too. Hmm. Corner's a pain in the neck. Fix the lips, and now I gotta freaking redo the whole bottom jaw again. Yeah, it looks a lot better though. The lips being that big, they had to be bigger. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Okay, my shaping tool, my spoon. Where'd my spoon go? Hmm. Oh, there it is. Okay. I know I'm not talking a lot right now because I'm concentrating on what I'm doing here, and I don't want to have to do this again. And you can see on this side it's got a lot of work that has to be done. A lot of lumps. And the cops are flying everywhere. seeing what I'm doing now. Does that angle look right? Yeah, it does. The best way to do that is with the other thing I see here I don't like. Okay. Yeah. Profile looks right now. Okay. Nap the time and then I'm calling it a day. Nap the time and then I'm calling it a day. So I'm gonna turn it facing you guys so you can see how it starts turning out here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, I thought I was almost ready. Okay, what do we got? Crusher. How do you do this live? Is that um, Caroline? Well, one you have to be at least. What do they call it? I got those things black in my. Here my. Hold on. got to be a YouTube creator, uh, and you have to have at least premium. I think you have to have premium to do YouTube videos. You have to create an account on YouTube, Caroline. Caroline Kiwi in the house. You're a new name, Caroline, but I'm glad you joined. And yeah, you wanna sign up for premium. Create an account with YouTube, and I mean a create what do they call it? Creator account, I guess. Creators. This way you're gonna be creating videos, and then from there, um, you can start doing your videos. Okay, so I'm almost where I need to be. Where well, I put the naphthalene on this time. It should show all the little tiny imperfections. We're back, I think. Okay, we're back. Hold on. Something went screwy with the camera. Now, why is it not in? It looks fuzzy. Yeah, that's for sure, Caroline. I mean, I agree. I'm not great. I can't even I could never say that. I'm still learning as I go. And I'm not a egotistic kind of person. I really don't ride that way. I never have. I've been a disc jockey for 45 years, and over the next 2 years, I'm going to retire. And why is this so milky? The picture quality just went blah on YouTube. And I have this set up to its. I'm moving the camera around. I'm trying to get it to refocus. It's like really. I went from high quality to crap. I don't understand it. Oh boy. I can't change the settings on it. It's not on my end, it's their end. I have this set on the maximum. I have 4K, but YouTube was only going to let me go as high as I would say 1080p. All right, so yeah, there's one thing about me that not a lot of people are doing this and showing you as I'm showing you. I have two objectives over the next couple of years, and that's start a mask making business. And pretty much, I don't share other people's knowledge. The only time that I'm sharing this because I'm doing this right now, and I'm not really copying anybody's work um, outside of what the normal is. The pictures that we have that are available. And right now, I don't even have a picture up. I'm actually going off memory. Um, but I've already kind of pretty much adjusted the lips where they needed to be and how they looked. Right now, I'm working on the lips. I've been working on this all day. Well, which I don't even know how long I've been on, but I've been working on this for a while. Carolyn, I'm gonna check you out. I didn't know you were an artist. I didn't. Caroline. I said Carolyn. I'm sorry, Caroline. My vision's not great, and I have my glasses on. I'm looking at the screen, but the lettering's really small, so I'm trying to read you guys. So, Bo, what is your YouTube channel, Caroline? Somebody post that. Somebody post your Caroline. Put your YouTube. Post that. And before I end this, I'm gonna add you to my follow. I'm gonna follow you. So yeah, this is a lot of work. This is 2 years in the making. This thing. I've retooled this thing. I don't know how many times. I'm lost count now. 4 times. This is the fourth time. But I haven't changed any. Well, no, I changed the eyebrows from my other sculpture. I changed a little bit of the eye cut right in here. I did change the lips significantly. Um, and that's pretty much it. Did I leave anything out, guys? You know, you guys have been watching me. You guys watch me more than I watch myself. So yeah, so if you're an artist and you're sharing things personally, like say you sent me a secret that you really don't want out, well, I would never put that on my channel. I'm just I'm not doing this for a living. I'm doing this for fun. I'm also doing this uh, to start a bit. Yeah, I'm starting my business, but my main objective is not to make a whole bunch of money. It's extra money is all it is, and I'm not trying to make a living. Now there's guys out there like Nick Malpagano uh, with Handy Boy Studios, and these guys do this for a living, man. I'm pretty sure that that's what Nick does. I would never try to take anything away from somebody like that or interfere with somebody's, you know, share a secret that they have given to me, and they want to keep it secret or whatever. So I would never do that. Um, Pretty much everything I've done, though, I pretty much learn as I go. And I take you guys along for the ride. But back to what I was saying, my goal is to do two things: start this mask business and grow the YouTube channel to where, you know, it's monetized and it starts making money. You know, and it's all about retirement years. You know, once I retire in 2 years, I'm 60. I'm retiring at 62, and I want to. I mean, I'm going to retire from one thing, but I'm going to continue to do this and do the YouTube channel. And I took advantage of COVID. When COVID hit, I literally was forced out of work. Everybody was. It wasn't just me, but a lot of people were. But it turned out to be a false flag for me because in March, what was it, 2019 or 2020? I think 2019. March 2019, we had to close the restaurant and bar and club that I worked at. And Then what happened was, and that was March, April, May, June. I got a phone call to go work at a venue that had an outside patio, and I ended up working 6 nights a week all summer long, and it was crazy. 5 nights or something like that. It might have been 4. I don't even know, but it was a lot. I'm not used to working that hard. I'm older. I'm not a young guy anymore. You know. So, and most of my DJing now, I don't really do for money. I kind of do for fun. Um, and help. I help a lot of guys, you know, in the business. And I've been doing that for 45 years. I don't need to do anything with that anymore. I just and today I don't really like today's music at all. I'm an old school DJ. That's it. You don't want oldies, you don't want to hire me. Because I don't like doing anything else but oldies. And I don't mean 50s and 60s. I'm talking 70s, 80s, and early 90s. I do a lot of 80s dance music, a lot of 80s. Um, and the picture still looks like crap. You know, the one thing that is bothering me here is right in here. Crumbs of clay. Just a little bit right there was eating at me. And I took off. And Caroline, you still on? Oh yeah, no, Caroline, it's the truth. You know, most guys you don't see them do the job. You know, but I also take you through trial and error. Like I made a big mistake with the shape of this mouth. Yesterday I was trying to uh, reposition the lips and lower the lips a little bit, and I ended up raking a lot of the mouth off. I mean, literally almost flat. And I forgot to bump it. Well, it's not that I forgot, but I didn't really bump it out far enough, and it just didn't have the right contour. And when I kept looking at the profile, I'm like, man, what the hell is wrong with this thing? It doesn't look right. Well, that's what was wrong. The profile didn't lie. It needed to come out. Now, the problem is, even with figuring that out and learning my mistake, I shared it. Not so much problem, but I shared it. I share it. But yesterday, what happened was my phone battery died, and it didn't give me the option to upload the video. But the video was 5 hours long. You know what I mean? So I'm doing this in real time because I'm live, and I was on for 5 hours, and it was 5.5 hours. I didn't realize I was on that long. That's how relaxed I get when I do this. And at the end of the day yesterday, I couldn't believe I couldn't talk. And I'm going, what the hell's wrong with my voice? And here I've been talking to you guys for 5.5 hours, you know, and I'm 60. I'm not a young man. You know, I'm not old. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Think about it. Yeah, I am. I'm old. Some people don't get to live. My father didn't get to live to my age. He died at 56. So, I'm just trying to take out some areas that I think that are just need a little attention. That's all. The trick is the naphtha does the work. It really does a lot of the work for you in smoothing out. And then you want to texture your surface. I'm not going to go crazy texturing. I'm going to try and find even a smaller. I use this type of sponge. Dirty right now. I need to wash it out. I wash it in naphtha. But I use this type of sponge. Pull it towards me. Yeah. Here you go. I don't know. Can you even see those? Yeah. It's a very small, and I use that for texturing on. I put the naphtha on there, let it sit there for a few minutes, and then I just dab this sculpture with the sponge. I don't rub it. I just dab it. Just dab it on there, and give it a texture. This way, the paint has something to grab to. Caroline, I do a lot of stuff. Taxidermy. Okay, related. Mostly making forms. I do a lot of airbrushing, blanks, masks, which I produce, or friends' masks they send me for promotional purposes. Hey, that's what it's all about. I mean, I share the knowledge. I actually, same thing. I feel you have to, I believe in sharing the knowledge because, it's just, if you want to stand on an island, what's going to separate me from somebody else? Well, nobody can be an artist. I mean, I don't have to worry about somebody trying to replicate my work. It's out there. Everybody sees what I'm doing. There's no joke, it's but do I fear somebody copying? No, I call that a compliment. If they're trying to copy my work, that's a compliment, man. That's the biggest. That's awesome. Somebody asked me, "Oh, do you mind if I try and copy your?" Go for it, man. If you think you can nail it, nail it. And it's a big compliment, I think. People are buying your mask and or whatever, or I've actually had one guy reach out to me and ask me how much it would cost for a blank pull because he would love to try and hair it and do it himself. Now I don't mind doing that. I just don't know what to charge for it yet because I'm still test marketing this on eBay. It's on eBay right now. Once I have a general idea of what collectors think and stuff, my goal is to come away with a respectable price, which I think my pricing is probably going to be anywhere from $300 to $400 for my mask. Just depending on whether or not the collectors. If it turns out to be a $250 mask, then that's what it's going to be. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm probably going to be putting a lot of my. You can only when you're doing copyrighted material, because this is copyrighted, regardless of what anybody says or thinks. Michael Myers is copyrighted. They don't really bother you if you keep it to a minimum. And I pretty much was told don't sell any more than 25 masks a year. Well, 25 masks a year, that's plenty of extra for me. I don't need. I could sell 10 and I'd be happy. I don't really do this for strictly money. I do this, I don't know. I don't know why I do it. I just love it. Like yesterday, I sat here and sculpted for 5.5 hours and talked to you guys. Didn't even think about it. Didn't realize that much time went by. I couldn't believe it but my phone went dead. Probably going to do the same thing today. I did have it all the way up to 100%. It's an iPhone 11 Plus. That's what I have. So, yeah, I'm just looking at the little things that I might fix. I see any imperfections, like little odd shapes, I smooth it out. Yeah, so yeah, I would never could call myself great at what I do here. I'm a rookie. I'm a new guy to this business. Um, but I can tell you, I've been an artist all my life, and I never did finish that part of it. I used to do sceneries and seascapes, and but I didn't do them just in paintings because I always knew paintings would never sell. I used to do what they call relief carving into wood. I would do big sceneries. I did one. The house burnt down. I found out because I wanted to go back and get pictures. But some guy in Tennessee ordered a scenery of his entire ranch, and what he wanted was the scenery put it into his cabinet doors in the kitchen. So it was a panoramic vision. Like say, if you were looking outside of his main window, or you were standing out front of his house on his property, you'd see a panoramic vision of, like, the property. Well, he wanted that into the cabinets. Well, I did that and charged him for like 10,000. That was back in 1983. It was like $10,000 job. Took me 2 years, well, about a year and 6 months to complete it, and that was one cabinet at a time. Doing each. It was like he wanted it to look like you were looking right out the front door, and I said, okay. So we did it. We took some took a bunch of photographs in every direction. I was a young man back in 1982, 83. I think I was 21. No, let me see. I was 20 years old. I was 20 years old. But I did a lot of relief carving through the years. Some of them for money, some of them not. I dabbled in my main thing was DJing. I've been a musician and a disc jockey most of my life. So I never really had a lot of time to get into this stuff. I was always working, and basically that's how I. But COVID hit. Thought I was going to be put out of work. I thought I'm going to start a business because I was looking at retirement in the next couple of years. I knew three. At that time it was like 4 years. 3 or 4 years before I was going to retire at 62. So I pretty much tried to plan ahead and thought, well, let's get into this mask business. Let's see what happens with this. Let's go back into your art. I'm sorry. I said to myself, I want to get back into my art. What can I do that I can do from home and try to make a living? Well, first thing that popped in my mind was Alan Hops with Stiltby Studios, and also Nick Malpagano. So about 10 years ago, I started watching, maybe 11 years ago, I started watching a young man, Alan Hops, with Stiltby Studios. And he basically really got me interested in at some point doing masks and doing props and doing. I'm a big Halloween fan, and I don't mean just the movie, and I'm talking about everything about Halloween. I love it. So I watched him and I thought, man, that's really cool. And this guy, what was so crazy and so clever about him, he was ingenious. He would make things, you could buy the store best products out there, the best paints and everything, and then he would come up with ways to do the same thing, only a lot cheaper, on a shoestring budget. And that was one of the big things about Alan that I really loved, because he always looked for the cheaper way to accomplish the same thing. So I started watching him and I thought, man, that guy is creative. And he wasn't really an artist to make masks for sale. I mean, he sells it, don't get me wrong, he sells his products. But he'll tell you straight up, I don't do Michael Myers. I don't do anything that's store bought. He's a monster maker. He likes to make his own creations. And that's what I want to get into once I get done with this Michael Myers stuff. I am doing this because it's always been something that I wanted to accomplish. So I watched him for 10 years, and I also knew that I wanted to do a Michael Myers mask. If you look at my profile, actually, I give you a story on the. If you look up look up Michael Myers mask on eBay, and you'll see my mask up there, and then underneath, it'll give you a short story of how I got interested in doing Michael Myers in the first place, and thought to myself, one day I'm going to make this mask. I know, and but I had no clue how to make molds, how to do any of that stuff. And that's what I learned from Alan Hops, how to make molds and stuff. But I knew that I wanted to do Michael Myers, so I thought, let me try and find somebody that makes Michael Myers masks. So I found Nick Mulpagano with Handy Boy Studios, and I bought his DVD set that shows you how to sculpt a Michael Myers mask, and that was probably about six years ago when I bought that video. It was his very first video that he had out, and I went out and I got that video, and I learned what I could learn from his video. I mean, he since has he sent me another DVD. But we had, it was a 2 DVD set, and the one DVD wouldn't work. So he ended up sending me another one, and I did get to watch the whole thing at some point. But by then I knew quite a bit on how to. Nobody's going to teach you how to sculpt or how to draw. I mean, you can learn techniques, but I can't teach you art. I can't teach you. You're born with that ability. What I'm trying to show people is what I'm seeing. When I see something, I say, oh, this is what I'm trying to do here. This is what I'm trying to do there. So I'm actually trying to explain my vision of what I'm doing on the sculpture. And that's what I think nobody does. You know, everybody else starts sculpting and just doing it. Yeah, this is pretty nice here, and that's pretty nice there, and you know, and they just do it, but they never really actually explain. You know, well, this isn't quite shaped right. This has to come out a little further, or you know, this indentation's not correct. The profile's not right. The neckline's not. You know, you got to explain what you're doing and what you're seeing, and it opens up people's eyes. It really does. It opens them up, and it goes, you know, they kind of like they get blown away by it. It's like, oh wow, okay, I didn't realize it, or you know, they don't necessarily see what you see. Now, Pipe Master, my buddy on here, he's actually not too far. He doesn't live too far away from me, and I trying to coerce him to sculpt a mask. He said he can't draw worth a darn, but he has an eye. And why I say that is because he's pointed out some things that were wrong with my mask, or my sculpture. And I thought, well, the only way you're going to understand and see that is if you have an artist eye. So I say, Pipe Master, get yourself an armature, get yourself 5 tubs of monster clay, and give it a shot. Give it a shot. See what you can pull off. If you can't, you can't. If you can, you can. You don't know until you try. And man, he's a big-time collector, and he really has a sharp eye. And I love it. I love constructive criticism. That's another thing when somebody's being constructive and they say, your lip's a little too low, or your this is that not quite right. But you understand something. The one thing about that is, um, it's it's like everybody's opinion on what they think their favorite version of Michael Myers would be. Uh, this is my take on what Michael Myers should look like. This isn't a rendition of anybody's mask. This isn't an exact copy of nobody's mask. All right, so I'm going to turn this to you guys and let you take a look at it. Yeah, this is my sculpture. I've made small adjustments just since the last one, and that's I made the eyebrows more accurate to the original mask. The eye cuts are pretty much my own. Um, they're like a combination of the original film and Halloween 2, 1981. Uh, that's what I really was shooting for. I really wanted that Halloween 1 and Halloween 2 combination look, because I figured if I can accomplish the Halloween 1 mask and give you the actual look of the mask, not a Captain Kirk. I'm not trying to make Captain Kirk's mask, the William Shatner Captain Kirk mask. I'm not trying to replicate that. And since I'm not trying to replicate that, I'm not going to be able to replicate how it looked in Halloween 2, because in order to get that look, you have to sculpt that mask, I think. And I think that mask was altered. We were talking about that earlier too on this video. I have actual shots of the Captain Kirk mask, really good shots from back when it was first released. And anyway, we were looking at the pictures and I thought, oh my God, you know what? The lips that are on the flashback mask look identical to the Captain Kirk mask, Star Trek Captain Kirk mask that was being sold in the stores. And I remember, because I worked at a place called, I didn't work at the place called Fun Shop. I did on and off once in a while, but not, it was only when they needed the extra hands. It was a place called the Fun Shop. It was on the boardwalk in Wildwood, New Jersey. And it was like a magic shop. It was a magic shop. They sold Don Post masks, latex mask. At that time, Don Post was the only mask maker out there, latex mask maker. So all the entire collection was all Don Post. I mean, there might have been a couple other people, but this particular place only dealt with Don Post. That's the only stuff they ever carried. So they had quite a few of those Captain Kirk and Spock masks there. So I seen that mask in person back when it was the way it was. And I think over time, even up until 78 when they took that movie, when they made the movie Halloween, that mask was already in production for like 3 or 4 years. So if that's the case, that mask will alter in its look. That's why it got elongated. It looked kind of really narrow, and it didn't look quite the same. So anyway, I'm rattling on about this stuff, and I want to follow you. Is there anybody else saying anything? Carolina, I definitely, Carolina, I want to definitely start following you. I want to check out your work. Is it Caroline Kiwi Creations? Is that your? Yeah, I guess it would be. I'm gonna have to add you to my I was gonna say friends list. I'm getting tired. I can tell. I've been doing this for a long time today. It's time to jump off. I'm hoarse. I lost I'm losing my voice as I speak. I'm tripping over words. I'm getting very tired. And that's the same thing I do, Caroline. Nothing negative. I try not to talk negative about anything. I really like to share the knowledge as I'm learning it. Damn, I wish that picture looked better than that. That looks awful. You don't really see the detail that much. I can tell you right now that I could fix this in here a little bit better. But I'm getting tired. I come back at this tomorrow or tonight or something when I get something to eat. I haven't eaten yet. I'm getting a little tired. Yeah, I'm just getting wiped out. Anyway, let's see, guys. Yeah, I think I came on here at noon today. So it's been a long time. Uh, I'm not even sure what time it is. So the lips definitely look a lot better now. Oh yeah. Anybody got to say anything? Any questions? Because I think I'm going to jump off. Definitely hit the like button for me because I really like that like button pounded. And Caroline, I'm going to look for you. As a matter of fact, as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to look for you. There was something else I wanted to do. I forget. Too many hours went by. Um, I want to thank you guys all for watching. And definitely thank you for subscribing and hitting that like button. Please hit that like button. It's important. Share the content. If you're not a subscriber, please hit, become a subscriber, and you'll get some really cool content. As I learn things, I'm going to this winter coming up. It's going to be fun because I'm going to school actually, and as I learn, I'm going to share. And the reason why I feel like I can share that kind of material is because I'm paying for the school. And if I'm paying to learn the knowledge, I'm going to share it regardless of what anybody thinks or says. It's just the way I feel about it. Anyway, I've got to get off of here. I'm really tired, guys. I'm wiped out. I'm going as far as I'm going to go today with this sculpture. And I have to look it over really well to really check it. I want to double check it, make sure all the angles are right. You know. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you for watching and staying on here for so many hours. It's crazy that I can't believe people stay on this long. Bo Norton, have a good one. Yeah, you two do the same. I want everybody to have a good one. You guys are awesome. I can't believe you guys stay on for this long. It's crazy. I mean, I don't think I could do it. Well, I mean, I put people on in the background, and and I continue to do my work, which you're probably doing the same thing, no doubt. You have to, because this is too hard to watch somebody for 5 hours. That's a long time. I do a lot of talking. This way, people do listen, or I guess that's what they like. I was told yesterday that, oh, you got a nice soothing voice. I'm like, oh, Bob Ross, move over. No, I'm not that egocentric. I thought that was kind of funny. But hopefully you're learning something, and if you're not and you have questions, just ask me. I'll be glad to cover it for you. And most times I'll cover whatever it is the question is on the live stream, right then and there, because as long as I'm not molding or doing something like that, like this here, I can get up and walk away and go show you something, go show you how to do a certain thing while I'm in the middle of sculpting, because you can just get up and walk away and then come back to it. But whenever I'm molding or something like that, then I can't walk away for very long. Nope. Then it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to show you that on another day. But thank you guys for watching, and hit the subscribe, share the content, hit the notification bell too. This way you know when I'm on. And if you ever have problems where you're not getting notified, most times all you have to do is unsubscribe and then resubscribe, and then it'll fix the issue. And it happens to me quite often with certain people. It'll happen over and over again sometimes. So we'll see what happens. And like I said, that's the little secret that I do. I just unsubscribe, resubscribe. Definitely hit the notification bell, and make sure when you hit the notification bell, you put it on all, because if it's specified or specific, that's probably why you're not being notified. So, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you on the next live presentation. All right, peace. And I'm going to go right to Carolina Kiwi Creations. I definitely want to go to Carolina Kiwi Creations and check her out. All right, so peace, everybody. Have a good one. Carolina Kiwi Creations. All right, I want to make sure I got that down. I got to take this spoon off the stand now. All right, and we're going to end this stream. Taxidermy. I want to check you out. I'm going to go to Carolina's stream. But okay, guys, peace. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next live stream, maybe tomorrow. Bye.